present here. I am Chandramahesh from Computer Science Department, first year, and I would like to discuss on the topic field cancer. Now, when I was researching about cancer, I thought that cancer is mostly maybe due to genetics, but I was shocked to discover that it is just only 10 to 5% of the cancer is due to genetics coming from our grandparents or genetic, and about 80 to 90% of the cancer is actually due to our lifestyle, our environment, and due to the consumption of, you could say, tobacco. That's the main thing. We'll go later on about tobacco. So I was actually shocked because when I was a childhood, I thought cancer is something, it's like a bad luck, it's like that disease. But I thought due to our lifestyle, I was actually shocked. Then I got to know the main culprit of the cancer from the external reasons that has 80 to 90%, which is tobacco. Now, tobacco in India, it actually was not that prominent. It was introduced to us by Portuguese in the 15th century, and after that it was used by Mughals in hookah, BD, so and so, and the British also commercialized it in the 19th century and forced our farmers to grow this. So that's how the tobacco got introduced and was in India. And in the 1950s, some cigarette companies actually start running advertisements that cigarette is healthy. In America, you can actually do a deep dive on it. And like that, it was shown in the advertisements that if you smoke cigarette, it is actually good for your digestion, good for your curing your stress, and it is good for pregnant women. But in 1980s, the research was done on this, and later found out that cigarette actually does not help. In return, it actually harms us. So, and now the cigarette is already being widespread in the West and now in India, and we actually when a person who smokes cigarette, we kind of guilt shame that person that you are a bad person, you are doing this, you are destroying your life. But the person who smokes cigarette, he very well knows the consequences of it. He knows it. But the problem is when he tries to quit, he might end up in one of the two situations. Situation one is that due to this scolding from, you could say, if he's married, from his wife or from his friends or from his family, he would become reckless and completely start increasing the smoking. A second thing, he might start and in between he might relapse. And in that guilt, he will feel, oh, I tried to change, but again I have started doing this, I am destined to do. So he will have that kind of mindset, so which is also problematic. So guilt is not, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not a complete solution. A person has to understand why did the cigarette, he started with its curiosity, and later on why did it stuck with him like that? Because there might be some traumatic incident, maybe his family members died, or maybe loved ones died, or maybe there was a problem in his career or money, and then from one cigarette it went from one packet, 2 packets, 3 packets, like that. It went to an extreme situation. You would see that extremeness of an addict in the movie Arjun Reddy. When Arjun Reddy tries to stop smoking and alcohol, he removes all the bottles from his house, and when he opens his bathroom, he suddenly finds the bottle, and he suddenly closes it, because that's how strong it could get in extreme cases, that even if he sees the bottle, he will be tempted to drink. That's how extreme it can go. So we should not, it's okay, you need to go through medical procedure, because it kind of messes up with your chemical composition in your body. You might have withdrawal symptoms if you just completely cut it off, you will have. So you need to go through a doctor. But along with doctor, I think we need to have an understanding on why did this thing stuck with me, and what thought or what thing in my life makes me trigger to do the cigarette. Because a person who cigarette, in office he might be working normally at 4 o'clock, he might go outside for a tea, then suddenly he starts cigarette, even though he does not have it. That's how deeply it can get engraved into your mind. And also you could say from non-tobacco, it's regarding our lifestyle. We need to be aware that yearly we need to do blood checkups and whenever we are buying products for like this, even for snacks, we need to know how much amount of sugar is all there and amount of sugar is there, and we need to inculcate lifestyle of how much vitamins, minerals and whatever nutrients is required to us according to our body weight. We need to study about this and come to and proceed with, you could say, we can with understanding we can overcome this, and also we can lead a healthy life. Thank you.